What is up, dudes? Welcome back to andyartstv. It's your boy Andy Matrix. So today, all right, so we're going to talk about why many people are leaving comic books for manga and anime. I repeat, why many people are leaving manga and anime. I recently wrote an article about this on my blog, so to read that article, click the link below this video. So without further ado, let's get to the video.
Hello guys, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and hit that little bell right there so that you can get notifications every time I upload a video. Okay? Enjoy.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys know. If you're an anime fan, if you're all about manga and anime, you probably don't know this, but a lot of comic book stores are actually closing. It's happening all over America, especially now during the coronavirus pandemic. I'm not supposed to talk about it, about the virus, but yeah, that's basically what's happening. So a lot of comic book stores are closing now faster than ever. So anime is actually doing very well, and I don't know if you guys know, but manga has been outselling comics for a long time. I think for like the past 10 to 15 years, it has been outselling comic books, especially now because of this media and other companies that are, having more distribution of manga into North America and other parts of the world. It's starting, it's really very visible now that comic books are losing. And I mean, this is no surprise. It's just that, as far as entertainment goes, anime and manga are just way better in storytelling, in artwork, and in just a lot of things. Because when you think of comic books, you think of superheroes, right? Batman, Superman, Iron Man, Spider-Man. You think of superheroes when you think of comic books. But that's not true when you hear about manga. With manga, it's a variety of things: romance, comedy, fantasy, sci-fi, thriller, mystery, a whole bunch of genres. With manga, there's something for everybody. That's not the same with comic books. When it comes to storytelling, manga just tends to be way more. The stories are so much deeper, so much more in depth. And as to comic books, it's all superheroes. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like superheroes. I do like the whole Iron Man, Spider-Man. I like the Batman movies. I like the Superman stuff. But let's be real. The Superman stuff kind of gets repetitive. At least for me, it does. It gets repetitive and it's predictable. You already know what's going to happen. So out of the anticipation, it's out. So it's not so much with comic books and superheroes. It's not so much like what they're gonna do, but how they're going to do it. As to with manga, it's always a surprise. And again, you guys can criticize me, below the video and tell me what you think. But I mean, this is really happening. Manga's on the rise, and recently, I also dare say recently that other countries are really getting into manga and anime. For example, I come from a third world country in Dominican Republic. I had no idea that anime manga was so huge over there that even people somehow they find the money to cosplay. They find the money to cosplay their favorite anime characters. How? Dude, I don't know how they afford it. Again, it's a third world country. I mean, of course, in the last 20 years, probably things have changed. But, I mean, the stories is so good. Like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, all the shonen manga and anime. Recently I've started watching Mob Psycho, and I mean, I'm blown away. Like, it's hard to find, or at least it's not that it's hard to find. It's just that with comic books, it usually tends to be about superheroes. It tends to be about superheroes when it comes to comic books. That's just how it is. With manga, it's always a variety of things, and I feel like I'm repeating myself here like Donald Trump. But yeah, man. So comic book stores are closing, and anime is on the rise. Uh, and the thing is that, I don't know, because with comic books you have to go to a comic book store to, if you want a variety of comic books, mainly superhero stuff. But then when you go to Barnes and Nobles, at least here in America, you only see like the best selling stuff. You only see like the Marvel and DC stuff, and then from time to time they'll have like some copies of other comic books, um, that are bestsellers, that are doing well. But aside from that, like you don't see it. You don't see it a lot. Um, and now due to the pandemic that's happening, uh, you know, it's it's a battle. But also another thing that I wanted to talk about is that when it comes to comic books and Western entertainment, there's a lot of attacks on from SJWs and feminism. And also there's a lot of push for some political agendas, whatever it is that these people, up there want you to believe in, whatever they're trying to program into your mind. They're also using comic book movies, superhero movies, comic books themselves. I'm sure you've seen it with the new Warriors, the designs that came out just a couple of weeks ago from the day of this video. And yeah, as opposed to anime and manga, they are made in Japan. It's all made in Japan, and it's distributed throughout the world, right? So the reason why manga and anime is not so affected by SJW feminism and all that shit is because number one, let's talk about strong female characters, right? Like Rey from Star Wars. Although a lot of people don't like her, anime and manga have been creating strong ass female characters since the 70s, 80s, and 90s. For the longest time, for decades. Okay, but then in the West, now people are pretending as if there has never been any strong female protagonists, like Xena, like Wonder Woman, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. There's never been a strong female character. They're pretending, right? In anime has been doing that shit for the longest time, right? And also they do it better. Like a lot of these topics that people that as these SJWs tend to attack you from, anime manga, they do it better. Like I remember Final Fantasy IX, which again is a JRPG, but the story goes like it deals a lot with identity. So this is way before identity politics, man. And I talk about this in one of my articles. Way before identity politics, Final Fantasy IX had this theme in the RPG game, and as well as other as well as other manga like Naruto deals with prejudice. Everybody in the village hates Naruto since he was little because he has the demon fox inside him, and people know that. And he was the one that destroyed, and the demon fox is the one that destroyed the village. See, all these stories from manga, it is so deep, it's so profound that I don't know why is it that Hollywood or Western storytellers have not learned from manga, from Eastern storytellers, because it's so good. It's the stories are very well done, very well told. And I'm not saying that there's never been anything good here in the West, of course, but I'm saying as far as comic books, aside from the superhero thing, I mean, that's why it's going down. And because of all these political agendas, a lot of people are like, you know what, I'm not going to read these comic books if it has all this political shit in it. The reason why we pick up comic books is because we're trying to get away from politics, away from reality, and escape into a good story. So nowadays, a lot of things are a lot of things are more about politics and less about story. They always trying to push their politics within the story. Kind of like what they did with previous movies. I'm not gonna mention which, but you guys know the deal. And this is why, in the long run, manga and anime is going to keep growing worldwide, and comic books is just going to become this. I mean, I think the superhero movie thing is going to continue, but eventually it's going to die off. And it's probably just going to stay like a cinematic thing, and then the comic books is just, this is going to continue to stagnate, or unless the comic book industry does something to save it. So the comic book industry either has to transform and keep all the political bullshit out of it, or either it's just going to collapse, it's going to go extinct. And I mean, unless indie creators, start making content, then I don't know. I don't really know how it can be saved. But other than that, I mean, that's all I have to say about anime and, manga and comic books. At the end of the day, I'm very convinced manga's going to win. It's winning now. It's already out. It's already outsold. It already outsold comic books. Years ago. What was it? In 2010, the revenue for the anime industry as a whole was $10 billion. Now it's $20 billion. So it grew by 100% within a decade. Can you imagine in the next 30 years how it's going to be? It's going to be even more. It's going to be more of an impact. More. It's going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So, and honestly, I'm excited to see how it goes. All right, but this is andyartstv. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the link below. Make sure you like this video. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. Comic books or manga? I mean, your choice. Don't forget to subscribe, and peace out, dudes. Also, if you're on a mobile device, remember that you can subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscription button right here. And also the little bell notification icon for future videos right there. And this is better because YouTube tends to unsubscribe people automatically for whatever reason, because of YouTube's policies, rules, and whatever it is that they're doing. So that is it, guys.